is the most magical place in the world.
Hey everyone, I'm Garen Flowers, and Cinemark is back on the red carpet. We are talking with the cast of Babylon, the Damien Chazelle film about highs and lows of fame in 1920s and 1930s Hollywood. Let's go. This movie is described as being in an era of unbridled decadence and depravity. What does that mean to you and your character?
Well, we are just there. We are trying, me and my character, just keep it cool and stay quiet, like in the background. But it was wild. These guys were the pioneers. They were literally discovering and building what we now call Hollywood, and we now call like movie language, like movies, cinema.
We have this view on, I think, silent movie era is kind of calm, pristine. By all reports, it was a wild, wild west, and they were like anything could go. They were making up, the rules as they went along. And that's what I think Damien Chazelle has captured here. There's like Fellini moments in the opening scene. It's funny, it's moving, and it's big. It's really big. We follow all these characters as they move and cross paths through this big seismic change from the silent era to the talkies.
It was important to Damien to present, to throw the audience into this world, which is all about the debauchery. He wanted the opening to be the party to end all parties. He wanted it to be loud and fast and maniacal, and he wanted to put it all in there. Babylon is a maximalist movie. Damien wanted to throw everything up on the screen, everything in the kitchen sink.
So much happens in this movie. It's such a rush. It's such an insane ride. You almost can't believe what you're seeing. You're going to need to see it again to make sure you really did just see all that.
Well, the logline of the movie describes it as an era of unbridled decadence and depravity. So what does that mean to you?
It means Damien Chazelle's making a movie.
It means the people in this era were not afraid. They just sort of went for it. And there's good and bad that comes from that. You'll see in the movie, or people will see in the movie, that these were wild times, and a lot of great art came out of that, a lot of beauty, a lot of innovation, but also lives that were ruined, lives that were wrecked. People died. And I wanted to try to do justice to both ends of that spectrum, the good and the bad, when telling the story.
If you could go anywhere in the whole world, where would you go?
I always want to be part of something bigger.
Yes.
Let's go! Something that lasts, that means something.
So the movie is not based on a true story, but the characters are, some of them are based on true characters.
Yeah.
And so how did you prepare for the role knowing that?
So my character is inspired by a real actor that lived during the silent movie era, lived a life of excess. A little hint on who that might have been. This person, it's their 100th anniversary of the acquittal of the crime that they were charged with. And but this person definitely lived a life of excess.
There have been more Rob Roys than we can count. I've known more than I can count. So it was very easy for me to understand who he was, how he was, and what I was going to do with him.
Being a fan of Harry Belafonte, Sidney Poitier, Denzel Washington, Samuel L. Jackson, watching those guys also carry themselves, it taught me something about those in the 20s. They paved the way. And when people pave the way for you, you have to make sure you build on that foundation without crippling what they've already started.
If your character in the movie was on social media, what would he be like?
Oh, man. You know how people are always getting canceled on TikTok or shadow banned and stuff like that? Orville would get shadow banned, but he would have an OnlyFans. He would be like, you can find me on my OnlyFans doing all the naughty things that I do in my life right here. So, yeah.
Man, Reggie would be a firecracker, man. What you think? He would be a wild firecracker, but at the end of the day, he would be somebody that would inspire and motivate people to be at your best. I think that's what he wants with Sydney. Practice, man. Get together. Let's go.
And if she was on social media today in 2020's Hollywood, how would she be?
Probably jaded and unimpressed with everything. But, that's just who Lady Faye is.
Lastly, the movie's described as being an era of unbridled decadence and depravity. What does that mean to you?
Fun. a good time and a big screen experience. And in some ways, I feel like we made the party movie of the year. And that's just also telling the truth about what it was like in the 20s. They make us look like prudes, which is fun to shoot and fun to honor in a way. You know, making movies is crazy. To this day, crazy people make movies, and 100 years ago was the craziest of the crazy, and I find that inspiring. So I hope audiences just also, you know, see it as an insane party movie, because that's what it is.
All right, y'all, that's a wrap for the Babylon world premiere, but the movie is just getting started. Go check it out at Cinemark Theaters. Tickets are available at Cinemark.com.
What are your thoughts for the future?
Shouldn't stand in the way of progress.
This is gonna be what it's gonna be. Here's the twist.